Another experiment, another little experiment. Pointing. We have a very good instrument here for bringing us home to the place we never left. You know, our mums and dads, I expect in Australia as in England, told us it was rude to point at people. Did your mum tell you that's very rude? It's very rude to embarrass people by pointing at them. Well, there's one place where the inhabitant loves being pointed at. Who you really, 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 really are, loves being pointed at. Absolutely adores it. And we're going to point at who we really, really, really are and see what we're pointing at. And this is the most neglected place in the whole universe. I mean, I think this place we're going to point at is more neglected than the moons around Venus, and the black holes and the galaxies. This place really is incredibly neglected, and it's astounding that we neglect it, seeing that it is the very plumb center of our life, and we're going to point to that. But let us begin by pointing at something else. And if you would kindly, in doing this experiment, don't point, don't look at Douglas pointing, look at your finger and what your finger is pointing at. So would you kindly point to the ceiling? And you will see that your finger is pointing at something. And now bring your finger down and point at a wall. And you will find that your finger is pointing at something again, at a wall. So finger, space, wall. Now bring your finger down further, and I have to ask you to do this. Will you point at Douglas, and I'll point at you. Now you're pointing at a thing here called Douglas. And there's finger, Douglas. Now bring your finger down and point, if you can, at the floor, just at your feet. So you have your finger and space and the floor. Now point to what you can see of your legs, which may not be very much. Your lap, perhaps. So you've got finger and you've got space and you've got a lap. Thing, space, thing. Now point to your tummy. Finger, space, tummy. Don't look at me, look at your finger, at what it's pointing at, which is your tummy. Now bring your finger up and point to your chest. Still, it's pointing at something. Now bring your finger further up and point to what's above your chest. What is your finger pointing at now? Point at what you're looking out of now. What is your finger pointing at? You're the authority. I think you have never pointed at this place. You have never, most of us have never pointed at this place. Isn't it extraordinary that we never pointed at this place? Is it not pointing at space for the world to happen in? Is it not pointing at this vast window without a frame and the view out of the window, full of all those people in the room and so on? But please, before you put your finger down, have a really good point at what lies at the center of your world. You can bring your finger down now. Isn't this the most neglected place in the whole universe? And isn't it essential to get that right and be our own authority, that where we're coming from, who we really, really, really are?